Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
I wonder if the captain knows him.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so, yeah, I guess we need to go and talk to Captain Anderson. See if he knows anything about this Armiston Baines. Hello everyone, I'm Errant Wizard and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. Okay, we're back at the embassies. Let's go ahead and talk to Captain Anderson, see what he knows about this mysterious man.
I saw your Ferris report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, Exogeny would never have been given the permits to start a colony there. Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
Okay. So, yeah. Are we angry with him? That all you care about? Can't have too many failures. I mean, that's not really fair. He does seem to care about, I mean, he's not specifically caring about the colonists, but, I mean, he still wants to see human colonies do well.
All in a day's work, Ambassador.
Sometimes I envy you, Commander. Running around the galaxy doing whatever you please, never worried about the long-term consequences. No, you leave that to me. I have to look at the big picture, and usually it's not very pretty.
You seem very pessimistic.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The Ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job.
Okay. So yeah, that's I believe if we come back after most of the major planet missions, they'll have a little conversation piece to say about that. But now we can talk to him again and ask him about other stuff.
Yes, Commander?
Alright, so, yeah, what do you know about this Baines character?
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
Are you sure? That, we just heard someone say he was under his employ.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps.
Okay.
Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
Was never investigated? Okay.
This is a cover-up if I ever heard one.
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
Okay, where do I find the Admiral?
Any idea how to find him?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Baines' death. Is there anything else, Commander?
So while we're here, maybe Captain Anderson is more willing to talk with us about his time with the Spectres and with Saren.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Why would he do that?
Sounds like overkill to me.
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Yeah, I could see where that would. So how did he manage to lay the blame on you?
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Okay, so we got a little bit more about what he was doing with Saren.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
So yeah, that gives you a little bit of background on Captain Anderson and Saren. It just, briefly touches on it, but it's enough for Shepard to understand the situation and understand why Captain Anderson was passed over for induction into the Spectres, and it helps progress the story. But that whole situation is actually told in much greater detail in one of the Mass Effect novels, the first one, which is actually surprisingly good, and it's a good read. There's 3 books that were written as part of a trilogy talking about Captain Anderson and all of the things that are going on behind the scenes. The first novel only gets mentioned here and gives some background on what Captain Anderson was doing before the events of this first game. The second one is kind of the same. The third one introduces a couple of new characters that make their way into Mass Effect 3, and a lot of people weren't too happy about that, and we'll talk about that more if we ever get there. But this one I really like, that there's this mention, brief synopsis of what went wrong on the mission, and that's all you get. That's all that really matters to this game. But there's a whole backstory, and it's actually really interesting, and there's a lot more going on than you think if you go ahead and read the novels. And that's exactly what a companion novel needs to be, which is awesome. So. Alright, so before we press on, there was one office that we haven't been in yet, and I wanted to go ahead and run in there because there is a keeper in there that we can scan for that quest and give us one more thing. And there's a couple of interesting people we can talk to as well.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Okay, so I believe this is our first time meeting some of these other species. The one that my cursor's over right now is a Volus, who we have met before. I forget what his name was, but the financial guy who was agent for the Shadow Broker, he was also a Volus. But these two over here are Elcor. They are one of the more interesting races created for this game. They come from a high-gravity world, so everything they do is slow and methodical. They walk on all fours to support their weight. They speak very slowly, and as you'll see when we talk to Ambassador Kalen over here, they have a rather unusual quirk to the way they speak and communicate to other people.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
So if you'll notice, like in this line that's up on the screen here right now, the Elcor, when they're speaking, have to add these emotional tags to the beginnings of their sentences so that they can convey their emotion to members of other species. Like this one here says, genuine query, because the way Elcor speak to each other involves a lot of subtle movements and sense that other races can't pick up on. So they have to say flat out what it is they're trying to, what emotion they're trying to convey. It's very analogous to when you're writing a text message. If you include an emoticon or emoji, to your text to try and convey the emotion that the words you're saying don't actually accomplish. There are several other things we can ask him about, him and the Volus ambassador, that would give us a lot of background about the world, but it would make the video way too long. So I'm thinking I might do a couple of supplemental videos about the different species, and if I do, I'll include those that dialogue in those videos. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely make sure to do those. As I said, it's if I have time, I will do them. I would really love to. So, yeah, we're just gonna go.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
The person we do want to talk to is Zeltan. He was the one who, when we came in, said that someone had betrayed his confidence and he was making some sort of complaint. So, so we're just going to be nosy and insert ourselves into the situation if we can.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Oh, that's a shame.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
The consort?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Interesting. Okay. So he's accusing her of selling secrets, I guess. Yeah.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Cool. All right. So, yeah. So I guess we should maybe talk to this consort. She seems to have a lot of information. Maybe she can. Maybe she knows something about Saren or his plans or something like that. So, if she's willing to sell the Elcor's information, maybe she'll talk to us. But if we come over to this other side, let's see, where do we want to go? I think we want to go this way. Yes, that's the CSEC Commandant's office. And here is the little bar. And here is Nassana, the one who sent us the message. The reason we came back to the Citadel.
Commander Shepard, I am Nassana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
Yeah, so sounds like she's hiring us to be a hitman, get revenge for her, which not really exactly what we do.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, with kidnappers, pay the money and save her.
Coming up with the ransom seems like the best way to ensure Dahlia's safety.
That's what I thought. I did what they wanted, transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since.
Oh dear.
I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Yeah, that seems pretty stupid that she would get in trouble for trying to save her sister.
Why would they put you in jail? You're the victim here.
Government representatives on the Citadel are not allowed to negotiate with terrorists. It's too dangerous. Paying a ransom would only encourage more kidnappings.
Yeah, I can see that.
I support the law in theory, but when I got the message, all I could think about was Dahlia's safety. I doubt they would actually send me to prison for what I did, but they would strip me of my post, and Dahlia would still be in the hands of the slavers.
Okay. So yeah, extraction and rescue operation, that's definitely more up our alley.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
I have resources. Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
So yeah, she seems like, she's willing to do what's necessary to get things done, which is, a good thing. So yeah, we're gonna help her out.
Don't worry. I'll bring your sister back.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Okay, so we finally talked to the person we came here to find, and we have a new objective. We got to rescue this woman's sister, but we still have more business here on the Citadel. So we're gonna wrap that up, try and figure out what's going on with this Baines and why he was, why a dead man was blackmailing the doctor, and all of that stuff. So I think that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time.